One of my favorite little quirks about Big Brother is how much of a reversal of power the Final Four round is. Typically, throughout the first 90% of a Big Brother season, the HOH is in a much more powerful position than the veto holder. But at the Final Four, that dynamic switches. In this round, the HOH has no power, only safety, whereas the veto holder has all the power and decision making. Because of the nature of this round, the HOH's nominations don't really matter, because if any of the three non-HOH players wins that final veto, they automatically become safe and get the sole vote to evict either of the other players. So, you would think that having total control at the penultimate round and getting to make the decision on who comes with you going into the final three would put you in a really good spot to win the whole thing. And throughout the last 5 or so years, that's been true. Since Big Brother 20, 5 of the 6 players that won the final Power of Veto went on to win the season. But it wasn't always like that. Before this recent stretch, the final Power of Veto had a cursed history. From Big Brother 3 to Big Brother 19, a stretch of 17 seasons, the number of players that won the final veto and went on to win the game was 2. 2 out of 17. So, today, I'm going to give you a bit of a history lesson on what was supposed to be the second most important competition across all of Big Brother. Subscribe to the channel to help me out, and without further ado, here is the cursed history of the final Power of Veto in Big Brother.
Oh my gosh, I just pulled this off. Dan, Shane, and I are going to the final 3, and I hold all the power once again.
So Shane, I'm sorry I have to evict you.
The cursed history started off with a huge bang in Big Brother 3. In fact, I would go as far as to say that the final veto in Big Brother 3 is the catalyst that kick-started this cursed timeline to begin with. Big Brother 3 is the only instance where the final Power of Veto was held at the final 5 as opposed to the final 4. And this also just so happened to be the first time that the golden Power of Veto was introduced, where the winner could actually use it to save themselves. Marcellus was on the block, won the veto to ensure his safety, and guarantee his spot in the final 4, only to then not use it on himself and then get evicted because of it. Marcellus really started this off with a fire, and as he walked through that front door, it seems that he took the spirit of the final veto with him, and it wouldn't be returned for nearly a decade.
Congratulations, Marcellus. You have the golden veto.
I'm not going to use it.
You should have used the veto. I'm sorry, but I vote to evict you, Marcellus.
In Big Brother 4, Allison Irwin won the final veto, but entered the final 3 in a spot where she couldn't beat either of her opponents, and she lost in the final 2. In Big Brother 5, Cowboy won the final veto, but entered the final 3 in a spot where he couldn't beat either of his opponents, and he lost in the final 2. In Big Brother 6, Yvette won the final veto, and she entered the final 3 in a spot where she actually could have won had she thrown the final HOH to Janelle, but she chose to win it instead, putting her in a spot where she then couldn't beat either of her opponents, and she lost in the final 2. 3 seasons in a row that the final veto holder entered the final 3 in a position where they lose pretty much no matter what. For what it's worth, it's not like these players made the wrong move while having the veto. They were all actually drawing dead even at the final 4, except for what I said with Yvette. But it's funny that for each of these seasons, the player who had the lowest shot of winning the game won the final veto.
Congratulations, June. You are the winner of Big Brother 4.
Michael is the winner of the golden Power of Veto.
Congratulations, Drew. You are the official winner. Congratulations, Maggie. You are the winner of Big Brother 6.
Big Brother 7 is the first time that we see some sort of breach in the pattern, as Janelle won the final veto, made the correct move of evicting Dr. Will, and entered the final 3 in a spot where she more than likely beats both of her opponents. Maybe not Boogie, but that doesn't matter because that final 2 scenario was never happening. Unfortunately, Janelle got shut out in the final HOH, and she was evicted in 3rd place, still falling short of the crown, and making it 5 straight seasons that the final veto winner didn't win the season.
Okay, for the third week in a row and the final veto winner, who could it be? Oh, it's Janelle! Congratulations! I love you, but I have to evict you, sweetie.
It's fun.
Right after Janelle, that first pattern picks right back up again. In Big Brother 8, Danielle won the final veto, entered the final 3, drawing dead, and lost in the final 2. In Big Brother 9, Ryan won the final veto, but entered the final 3, drawing dead, and he lost in the final 2. And in Big Brother 10, Memphis won the final veto, and he entered the final 3 in a spot where he might have beaten Jerry, but even that is up in the air, and he ended up becoming Big Brother's first unanimous loser as he lost to Dan in the final 2. Again, that is 3 seasons in a row where the final veto winner made it to the final 2, but lost. Also, just like last time, it's not even that these players made the wrong move with the final veto. They just so happen to be the players with the least amount of win equity at the final 4. And because of it, they lost in the final 2.
Congratulations, Dick. You are the winner of Big Brother 8.
Yes! Woo! Yeah!
Sheila has had cast her vote for the winner of Big Brother 8.
Yeah!
Ollie's vote goes to the winner of Big Brother 10.
From Big Brother 4 to Big Brother 10, the winner of the final veto made it to the final 2 and lost every single time, except for Janelle in Big Brother 7, who didn't even make it to the final 2. Now, funnily enough, from this point forward, I don't think it ever happens again where the final veto winner can't win the game anymore. Unlike the Allisons and the Cowboys and the Danielles, every final veto winner from here on out did enter the final 3 with a legit shot at winning the game. More often than not, though, they just didn't. In Big Brother 11, Kevin won the final veto and evicted Michelle, the best competitor left in the house, and entered the final 3 with an easy victory against Natalie if they were in the final 2. However, Kevin lost the final HOH to Jordan, and he was evicted in 3rd place. But even if he did win, he was actually going to evict Natalie and take Jordan to the final 2. And I don't know if he wins in that scenario.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
You know, Kevin, you've won $10,000. I have to evict you.
In Big Brother 12, we finally get our first player who won the final veto and went on to win the game, with Hayden. Congrats, Hayden. We are officially 1 for 10 when it comes to winning the game. Back to losing, though. In Big Brother 13, Portia won the final veto, evicted the biggest jury threat left in the house in Jordan, and went into the final 3 with an easy victory against Adam if they were in the final 2. Unfortunately, Portia was planning to evict Adam if given the chance, but even that didn't matter, as Rachel won the final HOH, brought Portia to the final 2, and then Portia just lost to her.
Portia, congratulations.
Congratulations, Rachel. You are the winner.
In Big Brother 14, Danielle held total control at the final 4 round, as she won both the HOH and the veto, and she was set up in a spot where she was going to make it to the final 3 with both Shane and Dan, 2 people who would have taken her to the final 2 in that situation, and she would have beaten Dan, so she was looking to be in a really excellent spot. But outside of Marcellus, Danielle makes the worst move ever with this final veto. Instead of leaving the nominations the same and letting Shane evict Ian in 4th place, she was swindled by Dan to use the veto on him, under the guise that he would evict Ian and bring Shane to the final 3 with them. However, as soon as Danielle used the veto to save Dan, Dan flipped the script and evicted Shane, blindsiding Danielle to a tremendous degree while also completely obliterating her game. Danielle went from having a guaranteed spot in the final 2 and a good shot of winning to being in a spot where neither Dan nor Ian were going to take her to the end, and she was evicted in 3rd place because of it.
So Shane, I'm sorry I have to evict you.
I vote to evict Danielle. Sorry.
After Danielle, though, we do get our second and final winner from the stretch of seasons that I'm talking about today, with Andy. Andy won the final veto, evicted McCrae, and put himself in a spot where he was pretty much guaranteed to win the game. Woohoo! 2 out of 13, everyone. And now, we're at the final 4 seasons we have to cover. These vetoes were all won by heavy hitters, but they still, somehow, were not able to snatch the crown. In Big Brother 16, Cody won the final veto, made the correct move by evicting Caleb, and entered the final 3 in a position where he should have had an easy win next to Victoria. But he chose to bring Derek to the end instead and lost in the final 2. In Big Brother 17, Vanessa won the final veto and made the correct move in evicting Johnny Mac, and entered the final 3 in a spot where she would have made it to the end and won as long as Steve didn't win that final HOH. But Steve did win that final HOH and evicted her in 3rd place. And lastly, we have Paul. Twice. In Big Brother 18 and Big Brother 19, Paul won the final veto and made the correct decision both times in who they chose to evict, but they fell just short of the win both times. In Big Brother 18, they chose to bring Nicole to the final 2 over James, and they lost 5-4 because of it. Then, in Big Brother 19, they were the one to be brought to the final 2 by Josh, but the jury made a pact to vote against Paul if they were in the final 2, leading to their 5-4 loss for the 2nd straight season.
Yeah, baby, let's go!
Congratulations, Derek. You are the winner of Big Brother.
Congratulations, Vanessa. You have won the final veto of the summer.
I have to vote to evict you. I'm so sorry, Vanessa.
You are the last person to be evicted from the Big Brother house.
Whoa! Whoa!
Congratulations, Nicole. You are the winner of Big Brother.
Woo!
Congratulations, Paul. You have won the final veto of the summer.
Congratulations, Josh. You are the winner of Big Brother.
17 final vetoes across 17 seasons, and only twice the player that won it actually went on to win the game. But even then, in both of those instances, those 2 players were already safe. Both Hayden and Andy were the HOHs that week. What that means is that through the first 19 seasons of the show, no player that won the final veto that wasn't already safe that week ever won the game. That is insanity. So, looking at the numbers across this period of time, this is how the placements worked out. Out of the 17 instances, there were 2 winners, 10 second placers, 4 third placers, and 1 fifth placer. That's a pretty shaky track record for what is supposed to be the second most important competition across the entire season. As I mentioned though, after Big Brother 19, it seems that Marcellus's curse was finally lifted, because from Big Brother 20 onwards, the final veto winner saw immense success in the game. Casey won it in Big Brother 20 and won the game. Jackson won it in Big Brother 21 and won the game. And fun fact, to this day, Jackson is still the only player to win the final veto as a nominee and then win the season, which is one of the most improbable statistics that Big Brother has ever had. Cody won it in Big Brother 22 and actually won the game this time. Xavier won it in Big Brother 23 and won the game. Monty won it in Big Brother 24 and is actually the only player, as of now, in the 20s that won the final veto and didn't win the game. But he could have had he brought Turner to the final 2 instead of Taylor. And lastly, Jag won it in Big Brother 25 and went on to win the game. The final veto is now the pinnacle of power that it was always intended to be, but as we went over today, it wasn't always like that.
Let's go!
And there we go. This was just a brief little history lesson on one of Big Brother's most noteworthy competitions. I don't think there's actually any reason as to why there was such a dry spell when it came to finding success after winning this competition, so unless I'm missing something big, it's definitely just some giant coincidence. But it still blows my mind just how little success we saw with it until recently. If anything, I think it was actually more exciting back then. Nowadays, the frontrunner almost always wins the final veto, and that's no fun. Maybe we'll get a resurgence of the good old days though. For what it's worth, my money is on Mackenzie winning this veto. By the time this comes out, I do think the veto results will be public, but I don't know who won it while making this. So feel free to let me know how right or how wrong I was in the comments.
Congratulations, Mackenzie!
Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, consider subscribing. I, of course, need to give that extra special shout out to all of my YouTube members and patrons who assuredly could win this veto and still go on to win the game. And, as always, here's a clip for you on your way out.
Has only played in 2 veto comps. I don't even remember who I put up on the block last week, and that was HOH. How am I going to remember who only played in 2 veto comps?
The final golden power of veto is mine.
Congratulations, Sir Speedy. Jockey for the number 1 position in the house.
You're not first, you're last.
Second place is last place.
That's it, final 3! Final 3!
Good
You ain't even
job.
gonna be in the final 2.
Final 3! You lost this game, bitch. It ain't even over and you lost.